Welcome back, everybody. This is a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming, and we are going to play some more Wizardry Tale of the Forsaken Land. Going to load it up. As promised, we are going to check out the Budding Magic Store Stone quest we got in the previous episode in the live stream from Helga. And we're also going to see if we could crack level 2 today. Now, if I remember right, we have a whole bunch of stuff to, everything but the Pixies, wing to make that Maps Vellum. That's the guiding vellum. It's going to allow us to cast a spell that'll give us a bit of a look at a map, and that's going to be very important in the future. First things first, let's go ahead and hand this gauntlet over. I'm going to say it's going to go to... I think it's kind of got to go to Keo at this point, doesn't it? I mean, he's kind of down one from where Ricardo's at. So let's go ahead and hand off this slime goo to Sarah and hand the gauntlet over to Keo. Yeah, getting both of our frontline guys up to at least 10 defense sounds like a good plan for now. I believe we have a hand axe to sell. Yeah. So let's go to the item shop real quick and sell that hand axe off for a little extra gold. Certainly not going to hurt us to have a little extra gold on hand. Especially the way we were spending it last time, you know? So yeah, that's 650 to our benefit. Now, without further ado, let's all go to the dungeon. Okay, no more singing. That wasn't even a bad attempt. That was no attempt by accident. Gonna head in. That should be a transfer potion. Let's go take a look. And it's a transfer potion. So we know we've got an easy way out when we do decide to head out. Meantime, let's say hi to this level 1 rogue here. In the best way we know how, let's double slash him. All kind of damage thrown his way. That's 182. Good way to start the day. As you can see, the leveling has helped us out quite a bit. Wow, that guy just would not be deterred, these orcs here. And since we know they're orcs and we could just rush through them, let's go ahead and do that. Save ourselves a little time and watch them all fall at once. Now we're up to 16 due to the higher levels and damage output. Racking up a little momentum. And we're making our way to Helga's room here. Now, this one's got a harpy in it. I was kind of hoping it would be that pixie. Now, last time we were a little worried because the harpy survived the rush when we tried it. So we're not going to get too fancy here. I think we're still a level away from consistently dropping it on a rush. Orc got out ahead of Ricardo. That's an important thing to remember. Back row thought better of it. We'll take that win. Picking up some nice easy victories. They're not paying much and they're not giving us much in the way of experience. But again, building that momentum. Get a bogey bird's claw out of that. Bogey birds are going to refer to the harpies, and bogey cats are obviously the bogey cats. Nothing but orcs, nothing but rush. Just kind of making this quick, and then we'll actually go back a little bit to go forward. We'll use that shortcut door towards the end of last episode. We found a secret compartment just past the level 2 stairs that allowed us to open it. So that guy wants no part of us. just runs away, and we find ourselves in Helga's room. She comes in right behind us and says, "What a coinky-dink! Yeah, you told us to come. Girl who previously requested for you to bring back a stone walked in." Helga says, "Actually, nice timing. I was about to use that rumored stone right now. Since you're already here, why don't you be my witness to this miracle?" Do we want to be her witness? Yeah, why not? Alright, what a partner. Yeah, aren't we great? She goes, "Well, Says, "What spell should I choose?" I guess only knowing one spell makes it an easy selection. It's kinda unexciting, but I guess I can't complain. Now, Krita, if you're just tuning in, this is your first episode. Hi, how you doing? Krita is a single target fire spell. So she's gonna start blasting this thing with fire. Helga chanted to cast a spell. A small ball of fire emerged from the palm of her hand. The ball of fire shot over the stone in the palm of her other hand. That seems like a bad idea, right? But the ball of fire just brushed the side of the stone and hit Helga's palm. Who knew? Yeah, apparently casting a fireball at your other hand hurts. She goes, "Oops, shit happens. But I'll get it right next time. All I need to do is put this stone down on the ground and voila! Dang, I'm a genius. It'll work this time." Helga placed the stone down by her feet, and then started chanting again. We have one cast of Krita. Goes, that's weird. Nothing's happening. Does seem kinda weird, doesn't it? I know, I'm probably still not giving it enough magical strength. If that's the case, I'm gonna give it everything I got. This makes 2 casts, 3 and 4 in quick succession, and then 5, 6, and 7. She has cast 7 fire spells at a piece of rock laying on the ground. So she continuously chants Krita. Soon after, the stone on the ground seemed to glow red. She goes, "Yes, I think it's working. Alright, here it goes, one last time." Big Krita, big orange glow. With the last ball of fire, the stone shined a bright red color. She goes, "Yes, I finally made a magic stone. I have to try it." Oh darn it, it's no use because I can already use Krita. You look like you can't cast a Krita. Well, you know, being a level 6 bishop and that being the first spell we learned as a sorcerer, that's high praise. You know what? You're my partner, right? I'll let you, my partner, use this. I'm the one who made it, and you're the one who will use it. What a perfect combination. Yeah, that sounds sound, right? We should open up a magic stone shop and become business partners. Don't worry, I'm not going to stop you from going through the labyrinth. Because I need you to find stones in the labyrinth. So hurry and try out that Krita stone. We tried to pick up the glowing stone as Helga ordered. And the moment we touched the stone, yeah, it turns out the stone was so hot we end up tossing it to separate our hand from the stone. Wasn't glowing red because it was magic. It was glowing red because it was blasted with fire 100,000 times. Our hand was red and swollen from the burn. She goes, "Hey, why did you throw my valuable magic stone?" held up your swollen hand without a word to show Helga, who was clearly ready to explode in anger. Goes, "Geez, what happened to your hand?" Helga was shocked. She walked over to the stone and tried to pick it up with her own hands. Still plenty hot. Helga threw down the stone against the ground with all her might. Says, "What the heck is that? It's just a burnt stone. Who knew?" What a great interaction that was, wasn't it? She goes, "Oh, what a disappointment. My get-rich-quick plan's down the drain." I know, it just says my get-rich plan. I just threw it in there. It felt right. She goes, "But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to think of another road to riches plan. When I do, give me a hand, okay?" Well, anything that doesn't burn our hands sounds like a better plan. She goes, "That means I've got to get my butt moving for my next plan. Oh boy, I'm going to be busy. I'm going to take off then. Laters." Helga left the room after she spoke. So, yeah. Magic stones. Can't get them by blasting a rock with fire. Turned a little too fast there and find ourselves dealing with yet more orcs. 5 in total. Should be a nice target for this here rush. And there you go, 16 damage apiece, and the orcs are no more. Okay, like I said, last time we found a switch to open up this little door here. If you remember, it'll take us down this kind of hallway here and completely to the other side of the labyrinth, where we're greeted by Bogey Cat. Really been a combat-heavy sort of day for us so far. Well, at least Keo made that quick one shot, and the Bogey Cat is down. So yeah, we'll make our way up here. That's that area where we first ran into that girl bishop and her 2 friends. And here we're going to hear a muffled voice from the depth of the cave. It says, "Oh, ill-fated Duhan, can you not hear the cries of the people? Among the echoes of evil, you wicked queen, what is your wish?" Huh. And we get another pause here. Looks like some sort of wizard or cleric guy. He goes, "Oh no, here comes another one infatuated with the labyrinth. We, including the queen, are just a bunch of displaced people." Wonder if this is the guy we heard a few steps back there. There was a mixed emotion of anger and sadness in the man. Goes, "Why haven't you realized this labyrinth is full of evil?" You know, I kinda got that idea from the fact that most things are trying to rip our heads off. Glad he confirmed it, though. If you are just looking to get rich, I'm sure you can achieve that by working hard. Like, really? Really, he's telling us to go get a job? If fame is what you want, your efforts and honorable actions will no doubt bring you fame. But the labyrinth supplies nothing. Only darkness can be found at the end of darkness. They should just close off this evil place. Clearly not a fan of the dungeon, this guy. Ends up walking away mumbling to himself. Beautiful town of Duhan, the bright days lost forever. our loving queen, has your heart departed from us? So that guy's a little bit to unpack, isn't he? Try not to pay him too much mind, though, because we got a second floor to visit. Make our way to the door. And of course, as soon as we step into the room, we're greeted by our friend, the Reaper. Who's done a pretty darn good job of chasing us around this dungeon thus far. Making it through the hallway. Got ourselves a bit of an encounter here. Looks like a samurai. So, one thing I know about the samurai is they're fairly strong, and it's probably best at our lowish level to just play more defense. We'll throw a restrict shot up and attack. He's level 3 samurai. But samurai is a prestige class, so you can't really take too much stock in that. He goes for the swing, and we stop him in his tracks and take him out with the restrict. We might have been able to handle him on a double slash there, but again, if we would have missed, that would have backfired big time. Important thing to remember about the samurai, they can also cast sorcerer spells, so we weren't 100% in the clear there. But I think we can be happy with the result of the battle. Get a blue chest, let's have Kehoe open it up, and inside we find a pair of unidentified helmets. One goes to Sarah and one goes to Agog, which means that we are woefully low on inventory space here. Let's go ahead and hand that second helmet over to Agog and identify them both while we're here. Get the old appraisal station going. First helmet's just a normal helmet. Second helmet. Well, second verse, same as the first. Looks like everybody's got a helmet that could use one. So that's 2 to go into the, shop. Here we see a beautiful clear stream of water. The waterfall was splashing into a spring. Says, don't you think it's weird there's a waterfall here? Samurai dude behind us, he goes, that water connects to another spring somewhere deep in the labyrinth. I heard it's by the village of the elves, but nobody knows why it's there. Besides that, if you go down deeper, there are the graves of the townspeople. It's said that the graves were on the outskirts of the town, just moved deep into the labyrinth. So that's a little weird. Now that's an odd story. That's why it's a pain to visit the graves. Okay, so the town cemetery has apparently stumbled somewhat down into the dungeon. That would be a little disquieting. There was an elf warrior accompanied by several soldiers in front of the stairs leading down to the basement. The elf warrior noticed you and walked towards you. He glanced at you and swiftly held out a hand. Says, I'd like to verify your pass. You handed the pass to him and quickly ran his eyes over it. Goes, this was definitely issued by Sir Ladois. Then I shall allow you to go through. We wish you luck for the sake of Her Majesty in the town of Duhan. The monsters will be stronger from here on. And then he returned the pass to us. And we are free to go down. Let's go down the stairs. Got the second floor here, the old jail. Already a bit of a different aesthetic. And already our attention is grabbed at the first corner. It says a well-groomed knight stood with his head drooped. Ashes were scattered by his feet. The wind blew the ashes into the air and made them disappear. The knight turned towards you as if he felt your presence. Okay, it's that knight from the guild a few episodes back there. He goes, Taking a look, you saw he was the knight you had met at the guild. Told ya. He had a cynical grin on his face as usual, but he seemed pale. The knight grimaced as you asked about the ashes that were blown away. Says they were my men who lost their lives fighting monsters. There is a chance to resurrect them from their ashes, but now even their ashes have been lost. There is no chance of resurrecting them. Due to their lack of faith in me, my resurrecting spell did not seem to work. I never thought they would lose their souls. I normally would have brought the ashes to the temple, but I don't have time for that. I need to hurry towards my goal, no matter what the cost. So this is the guy who was talking to us about the importance of a trustworthy leader. It seems that he may have caused the faith of his party to waver in him in his zeal to get to the bottom. And when they fell, he tried resurrecting them all himself instead of going back, and it backfired. Now they're all permadead. They're lost forever. The knight had an expression of anxiety for just a moment. Because the wind of the labyrinth turns away the frail. Then without any question and method, I shall meet evil with evil. The knight turned his back towards you and started walking. Alone he went, dragging his beaten body. Party looks at us. Ricardo's kinda pissed off by the knight's attitude. Didn't he just say that his men are gone? That means they must have been possessed by the Reaper. Or his resurrecting spell failed. Either way, why didn't he take them to the temple where something could have been done to help them? What could have been more important than trying to save his men? Goes, I'm starting to feel miserable just thinking about it. Kyo says it's obvious that somebody in his team was possessed by the Reaper. Guessing Kyo surmised that maybe the knight was. It's certainly my theory, because I've heard about it. A person's soul is devoured when he dies from being possessed by the Reaper. We've had a couple close encounters with the Reaper, a couple minor possessions, but we've skedaddled back to town and had it purified at the temple. Kyo goes on to say the person cannot be resurrected and will suffer for eternity in darkness. Although I heard this from a superstitious person, the Reaper will pass judgment on us. The Reaper exists in order to gather our sins that were sent to hell in the flash. Well, it's a ridiculous story, but it seems to be up to this floor already. We must be careful of it. Sarah says, I recognize that knight. Sir Eugene Gaston. He is a nobleman of one of the oldest royal families of Duhan. His father was famous for setting up several temples and schools for the poor. I've been told that he is just as honorable as his father. I was supposed to work at that new temple if it wasn't for the flash. That's why I know. Sarah thought suspiciously. What was he doing in such a monster-infested area as this place? So yeah, one thing this game doesn't really do is shy away from the darker moments in character progression. We find an old book on the floor here. It says a vellum was stuck in the old book. On it in poor handwriting it said, you'll be immobile when paralyzed. You can either go to the temple, cast a spell, or cure it with a potion. More wisdom from the mighty warrior Odin. Odin was the guy who wrote that little passage inscribed on the wall before the room where we got the pass. If you forgot. Here we have a whole bunch of kobolds. We're gonna just go ahead and rush them. We know that'll take care of the job. Solid 16s there. Moving right along. Okay, now we're moving into some dangerous territory. We've got set up our restrict shots. We've got some Bushwhackers, in addition to the Bogey Cats. Really want to focus on the Bushwhackers here. We're lucky the back row one ran away. I was actually going to leave this Bogey Cat well enough alone, try and keep it alive as long as possible so we didn't have to deal with that second Bushwhacker right away. But we managed to luck into it running away so we could just deal with the Bogey Cats in kind. Okay, let's see if a double slash will take this out before it gets to be too much of a problem. I would think so, given the fact that it's been hit by the 2 restrict shots. Yeah, that would have been more than enough damage to take it out from fresh. Nice little 3-stage battle there, and you can see our experience is rising a little with. So we get a pair of Thief's Blood here, Sarah and Agog. Okay, we still have a few spots left, so we're gonna keep on going a little bit here. Okay, we've got a magic wall here, so let's back up and run through. Takes us to a little hollowed out area and a locked chest. Let's have Kyo open it. It's locked. Do we want to unlock? Sorry, little tongue-tied there. Deep breath, and open. Nice and easy. Inside we find an unidentified longsword. Well, since Agog's got it anyway, let's go ahead and appraise. It's a slashing sword. Can make enemies go unconscious at times. It is unknown whether it was made by spells or a craftsman, so it's at least masterwork in quality, I would say. Now taking a look, the hand axe has 10 to 13 damage, but an accuracy penalty. Slashing sword's a solid 12. We don't want to give this to Kyo because it would take out his second attack. I do believe we're going to go ahead and switch out the hand axe, though. Give the hand axe to Agog. Have Agog hand the slashing sword over to Ricardo. And then let Ricardo equip the axe. Drops his attack down to 30. But the accuracy is better. Right now that's what we're looking for. See little rats are scurrying on the old jail floor there as we're making our way through. Here we've got a pair of harpies and a pair of bushwhackers. Once again, gonna go for our assisted shot and let the front row guys pile some damage on the bushwhacker there. Restrict shot ends up taking him out, and let's hope it damages this harpy here. Well, outright killed the harpy. One of the things you have to watch is the harpies can attack from the back row like that one did there. Fortunately, it chose to attack Kyo. They could also come right at your back row, which is more than a little annoying. Now we're just left with this sole bushwhacker. Kyo ends up missing one of his attacks. Again, a great reason to play more defensively if you're not sure you could take the thing out solid. Ricardo more than enough damage to finish him off, though. That gives us 355 experience. Nice little chunk there. And before we could even move, we're greeted by a half-dozen kobolds who were watching in on the action, and apparently didn't know we could rush. Now I know what you're thinking. We created a sorcerer with the intent of having a bishop, and we're playing very magic light. Trust me, folks, I will use spells in the future. I just tend not to waste resources I don't need to waste. Just how I play. Ah! So we have ourselves our first enemy spellcaster. Let's go ahead and set up a restrict shot. Keo's definitely going after the level 1 mage here. I'll set Ricardo for the same, but I'm pretty sure Keo's going to take him down. So yeah, as you may have noticed from the rogue and everything, player classes, character classes, are very much viable as enemies in this game. Something to sort of keep an eye out for. Set up our restrict shot, have them both attack the right side bogey cat. Hopefully a restrict shot can finish off these guys and take down this encounter this round. There's one bogey cat down. Let's see if we can get the other. Here it comes for the attack. And we drop it. Restrict shot saves the day. Okay, Ricardo has leveled. We pick up a Sorcerer's Earring. Let's see what that's all about. Says, holding aloft the Sorcerer's Earring makes thunder strike enemies. Okay. Does it do anything else? Doesn't seem to. Don't know if that's something we'll really hold on to then. We're kind of full on the inventory. I think it's probably time to cash in that transfer potion. Yeah, let's go ahead and use the one on Ricardo here. Head back to town, sell some of this armor and stuff. First things first, let's hit the lodgings and rest for the evening. Picked up a nice chunk of change there too, almost up to 4,000. Let's go ahead and stay, put our 200 together. And we can welcome Ricardo to level 7. He gets that point of attack he lost back through leveling. He lost it changing from the hand axe to the sword. And he's up over 52. He's up to 52 hit points. So both of our front row guys, 50 or more hit points. That's a good place to be heading into the second level of the Labyrinth. Let's go to the shop, sell off some of this gear, and then I think we'll call it a night. Nothing on Keo we really want to sell. Nothing on Ricardo. Nope. Everything's on Agog. Sorcerer's Earring. Well, that's going to sell for 500. That's a nice little chunk of change there. Hand axe will be 650. And the helmets will be 350 apiece. So as financially ruinous as our last adventure was, this one turned out to be fairly profitable. We got through it okay, everybody's intact, built a little trust, and got to the second floor of the labyrinth. Yeah, that's probably a good place to save up. Guys, thank you very much for watching this edition of Wizardry Tale of the Forsaken Land. This has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming. You take care, and we'll see you around.